Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is officially my first tutorial video and I'm so excited to be doing this. Please, if you are seeing this video and you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly subscribe, leave a comment below if you enjoyed the video, and also don't forget to give a thumbs up. Without wasting much time, let's jump right into it. So today we're making an off-shoulder top with elastic at the top. So for this style you need approximately 2 yards of fabric, depending on your size and how big you want your clothes to look. For me, I'm using 2 yards of fabric. So I folded my fabric into two, the front and the back panel. And to get this measurement, I used the biggest circumference of my body, which is my hip measurement. My hip measurement is 44. 44 divided by 4 is 11. So because I want my top to be free for me, I added 4 inches extra to my initial measurements, making 15 inches. Then I added 1 inch for seam allowance, so we have 16 inches here. So for the length of my top, I want my top to be 27 inches long. But since it's an off-shoulder top, you subtract 5 inches from the full length of your clothes. So for that, I'm having 22 inches. So because I'm going to have casing at the top of my clothes for the elastic, I added 1 extra inch. Then for the base, to fold the base in, I added another 1 extra inch. So that is making 2 inch extra. So 27 inches of my initial length minus 5 inches, that is 22 inches plus 2 inches extra for the casing at the top and the casing below. So that is 24 inches. So that is what I have here, 24 inches full length. I hope you guys can see it. We have 24 inches full length. So without wasting much time, let's jump right into the next stage. So we're going to be cutting the front and the back panel together, since the dress does not have zip or does not have any neckline. So what we're going to cut now is the armhole. So my armhole measurement is 18 inches. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So since I took off 5 inches since it's off shoulder, I took off 5 inches already. So I'm going to subtract the same 5 inches. So to get our armhole measurement, we'll come in by 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches, depending on how, I hope you guys can see, depending on how free you want it to be. So for me, I'll be coming in by 4 inches because I'm still going to join it. Coming in by 4 inches. So for the depth, my round armhole measurement is 18 inches. 18 inches divided by 2 is 9. So taking out the 5 inches for the off shoulder, that is 4 inches left. So because they're going to be casing at the top, so that I will not truncate the size of my armhole, I'm going to take in 1 inch for folding. So I'm going to add that 1 inch now to my 4, making 5. So I'll come down by 5 inches. I'll come down by 5 inches. Then you mark in to form your armhole. So from the center of the line, I'm going to just make a curve down here. So that is our armhole. I hope you guys can see it. This is our armhole. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut it out. What we'll be cutting is our sleeve. So I used my round armhole measurements to get the width of the sleeve. My round armhole measurement is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So I added 2 extra inches to make it 11, because I want my sleeve to be bogus, because I'll be adding elastic at the base to bring out the beauty. So I added 2 inches to make it 11. 11 plus 1 extra inch for sewing allowance, that is 12. So I have 12 here. And the length of my sleeve is 9. The length of my sleeve is 9 inches. So I added 1 extra inch for the casing at the top, like I did for the bodies. Then added 1 extra inch at the bottom for folding allowance. I hope you guys can see clearly. So now to cut my sleeve, I'm still going to repeat the same process I did on my bodies. So I'll come in by 4 inches here. 4 inches. See, I'm cutting at the open side back together. I'll come in by 4 inches here, then come down again by 5 inches. Just the way I explained for the bodies. 9 minus 5 plus 1 inches for folding. I'll come in. So at the center, I form my curve. So another method to cut your sleeve armhole is to place your bodies on the sleeve. If you don't want to waste so much time taking measurements, you place your bodies like this on the sleeve. You place it like this, then you just take your chalk and you trace it out. You make sure you place it edge to edge, all open ends on the same side and on the same line. Then you trace it out. So at the end of the day, you see that we are getting out the same curve. So you can see that it's getting out the same curve. So without wasting much time, you just cut out your armhole. This is our sleeve. Next thing to do now is to open up your fabric. So when you open up, this is what you get. This is what it will look like. This is the armhole, the neckline. So what I'll go now, I'll go to my machine, place right side facing each other, and then I'll join both sides. I'll join it, run it down here, or run it down here. So likewise my sleeve, I'll go to my machine, I'll fold it this way, then I'll run it down, straight stitch, take the other sleeve and do the same thing for the other sleeve. I'll come back and show you guys when I'm done. So I've joined both sides of my fabric together. So this is what we have. This is the neckline and this is the armhole. So for the sleeves too, I've joined it together and I've turned it over. So this is what we have. So we're going to attach our sleeves now to the top. So what you're going to do, you open up the armhole, then you take your sleeve. You can see this has the similar opening. You place this, the top to the top. Then make sure the part where you joined both are facing each other. You can use your safety pin to just make sure both sides are facing each other, right side against right side. So for me, I don't need to pin it all the way up. I'll just take it to my machine now like this, and I'll sew it. I'll attach it to it like this. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other side of my fabric and join it together, making sure that the both sides that has the joining meet each other. Attached my sleeve to my blouse. So this is what we have. So you can see how wide the neckline is, but by the time we attach our elastic, we're going to have like a ruffled neckline, and that is where the beauty of the top comes in. So to get the measurement of our elastic, you take your round shoulder measurement, like take it all around your shoulder. So for me, mine is 48. So to get my elastic side is to subtract 15 inches from my round shoulder measurements. But depending on how free you want it to be, you can go for 10, 12. But for this particular dress, I took off just 10. For this particular top, I took off just 10 inches from my round shoulder measurement, and that gave me 38. So I'm going to be using 38 inches of elastic without pulling it. 38 inches of elastic without pulling it. So to do that, we're going to take our top and fold in by half inches once, and fold again by another half inches. Remember, we reserved 1 inch for our upper casing. So you take in half inch, then take in another half inch again, then you sew round. But note that you leave a space of 1 inch when you get to your starting point. So that is the point where we'll pass our elastic through. So I'm just going to go over to my machine now and do that. So I'll do the same thing for the lower part of my sleeve. Like I said, I'm going to be adding elastic there. Then I'm also going to just fold in the lower part of my top. So when I'm done with that, I'll show you guys. So guys, I'm done folding my fabric. I've folded the top, as you can see. I folded the sleeve also, and I folded the base of my fabric. So now I'm going to show you how to insert your elastic. So it's very simple. All you need to do is to get this pin. I think this is a safety pin. Get the safety pin. So you pick up your elastic, then you pass the pin through it like this. You pass it through it like this, then lock it. Then remember, I space while sewing, and this is it. I left about 1 inch. So what I'm going to do is to pass my pin through it with my elastic, and I keep pulling So you keep passing it through and pulling it. So you do it all the way around to come back at the same starting point. So I'm going to pass it around now. Round, you make sure you take note of the end of the elastic so that it won't run into it. So if possible, you can just hold it while you keep passing and pulling your fabric together. So as you can see, so you keep, I'm getting to the end of the top already. So this is my hole initially, so this is it. So just pull out, so I'll just pull out the elastic. So as you can see, both sides of the elastic. So what I'm going to do is that, so I've successfully passed the elastic around the neckline. So this is what we have. So I'll just take it to my machine now, and I will join, I'll run this elastic, I'll run the elastic with a straight stitch. I can do it like 3 to 4 times so that it won't loosen out or something, since it's very small. So I'll show you guys the finished product when I'm done. So initially I thought I was going to be adding elastic to the base of the sleeve, but well, I think I like the outcome like this, so I'm just going to leave that part. So once I'm done with this, I'm just going to show you guys what this is. The finished product of our beautiful elastic top, off-shoulder elastic top. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please kindly give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share to your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe, please. So I'm just going to take it over to my mannequin now, and so that you guys can see the style better. Thank you for watching. Bye guys, this is the finished product of our off-shoulder top. Please, if you enjoyed this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.